Hi, everyone. I am Meg from MAISON Jupiter, and welcome to our weekly Beyond Astro forecast, where we get into the astrology for the upcoming week every Wednesday to the next Wednesday. Thank you guys so much for watching and being a part of our Beyond Mystic community. Rabbit, it is the 1st of March, and that is a lucky thing to say on the 1st of any month. My family and I do that. We say rabbit as soon as we wake up on the 1st of the month. So if you guys want to use that, go ahead. Or if you do that, it's your reminder to say you're lucky rabbit. Good luck charm, because we are now in March. Today is the first day of March, and there's a lot going on that we're going to get into. Before we get into anything, I want to mention that I have astrology consultation booking dates available. And we have a promo code for everyone who watches this weekly forecast, which is a 10% off discount promo code, and it is BeyondMystic. So just type in BeyondMystic if you want to book a consultation with me, and you'll get 10% off. And I'm currently offering 1 hour, 1 year personal forecasts, looking at your year ahead, and 1 hour birth chart consultations. So getting deep into your birth chart astrology. So check that out if you would like to. And also, guys, please remember to like and share this video if you do love our content here at Beyond Mystic, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. There's so much amazing content, new content coming out, and we are so grateful to all of you in the community that watches and supports and is a part of our soul family. So we love you guys, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So, okay, let's get into the astrology of what is going on. So first of all, I've got my cat Ocean here. You guys might be thinking, what is that furry thing on Meg's lap? This is Ocean, my Siamese tabby cat. He's here to share in this weekly astrological forecast today. So we are now in March. It is March 1st. And if you've been watching the recent videos of Julie and I, and even Jean-Claude, and a lot of us have been talking about March, how this is going to be a totally game changer month in the astrology. A lot of people who aren't even astrologers are feeling it spiritually and holistically. And why this is probably the biggest game-changing month out of all of 2023 is we've got Saturn entering Pisces on March 7th. We've got Pluto entering the sign of Aquarius on March 23rd. We've got the spring equinox, which is the astrological new year, on March 21st. And all of those things happening together in the same month is a really big deal and really, really rare. It is actually really rare for two of the outer planets, like Saturn and Pluto, to be ingressing into new signs in the exact same month. So the outer planets carry a lot of weight usually. Pluto is one of the smaller planets, but Saturn is the second largest planet. And they have very big influences over the whole collective. So for both of them entering new signs in the same month, we are entering totally new territory. We are entering, I think, in my personal astrological opinion, the beginning of the age of Aquarius, with Pluto now entering Aquarius for the next 22 years. And Pluto is going to be in Aquarius from March 23rd until the middle end of June. I think June, I forget the exact date, you guys. I'll let you know next time, but the end of June. And then from end of June to January 20th, 2024, Pluto will be in Capricorn for the very last time for 248 years. Then from January 20th, 2024 onwards, we are in full-blown Pluto in Aquarius for 22 years. So this is really, really big shift, you guys. So this week that we are in now is the last week, March 1st to March 6th, of Saturn in Aquarius. And if any of you guys have Saturn in Aquarius in your birth chart, congratulations, because you are about to have completed your Saturn return. So whether that's your first Saturn return or your second Saturn return, We've been going through it. I have my Saturn in Aquarius, so this is my first Saturn return I just completed. So congratulations to all of you that have gone through your Saturn return initiation that we go through every 28 years. And if it's your first Saturn return, if you're born in the early 90s, this is when we actually technically in astrology become adults. In Western astrology and natural time, when Saturn is in the same sign it was in when we were born. So if you have Saturn in Aquarius in your birth chart. And that is, in my opinion, the hardest Saturn return. The second Saturn return, if you have Saturn in Aquarius and you're in your late 50s, early 60s, this one is usually not as hard. And it's when we step more into our wisdom. We've lived much of our adulthood and we actually have a lot of life experience and wisdom, and we can be looked at in our communities as wise ones. Not to say you guys are old if you've had your second Saturn return, but you're wise ones in the community, and you've been through life and you hold maturity and responsibility, and you have wisdom to share with your community. So all of you guys that have Saturn in Pisces in your birth chart, okay, you're about to have a Saturn return. And Julie and I actually just did our last Astro decode on the MAISON Jupiter YouTube channel on Saturn and Saturn returns. So if you guys want to hear more about that, go check out that YouTube video on the MAISON Jupiter YouTube channel, all about Saturn. So yeah, Saturn and Pisces, you guys, for the whole next 3 years, starting on March 7th, 2023, until February 2026, you will be in a new Saturn return. But for all of us, for the whole collective, you guys, Saturn going into Pisces on Tuesday, March 7th, we're going to feel a really big energy shift because Saturn is leaving one of its home signs of Aquarius, where Saturn likes to be, and entering Pisces, a sign he doesn't really like to be in. Saturn is like the most grounded planet. He rules maturity and responsibility and hard work and success and discipline and being grounded in the physical realm. And Pisces is the sign in astrology that rules the spiritual realm and creativity, and it's very floaty and dreamy. So I think for the next 3 years, we're about to feel a totally different energy than we felt the past 3 years with Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Pisces, with the combination of Pluto entering Aquarius March 23rd, I keep saying, you guys have probably heard me say this multiple times, it is a trippy, dippy energy. Trippy. We're going to be getting major spiritual activations during the coming years. Many, many more people are going to be waking up to their spirituality, to the truth of what's going on in the world, and it's going to become more and more rampant, and it's going to accelerate. And it's not just going to be this fringe woo-woo community or truther community. It is going to become the mainstream in the coming years, which is exciting if you've been in this for a while, which I'm sure many of us have been. So yeah, we've got Saturn entering Pisces. We've got Pluto entering Aquarius in March, which is really about, Pluto is the great revealer, and he's a planet that rules power and transformation in astrology. So he's been in Capricorn since 2008. So Pluto has been revealing to us, Capricorn, our governments and structures that do not have the highest intention of the people, the world, the collective. And Pluto's been cleansing out a lot from our governments. And we have Pluto and Saturn until March 7th, when Saturn goes into Pisces, both together at 29 degrees. So this week, there's still an intensity to this week as we're entering the first week of March. But we do have a really positive aspect that I'm going to get into very shortly, which I think might balance out that intensity, might alleviate that intensity we've been feeling. So yeah, it's a lot going on with Saturn and Pluto changing signs. And then of course the spring equinox on March 21st, our astrological new year, that is really the natural new year. So we've got some weeks to prepare for that. Maybe you want to have some kind of celebration with some like-minded friends, or do something yourself to celebrate the energy of the natural new year, the start of spring on March 21st. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Comment below on this video what you're feeling for March, what you guys are feeling just energetically, intuitively, gut level is coming up for March, and what's coming up for the rest of the year. This really feels like the month that we're going to be entering the energy where some things are going to feel like they're going to start to make sense on the world stage of what's actually going to be transpiring. Because I know a lot of us have a lot of different theories about what's going to be going on, but I think March is going to be with Saturn and Pluto changing signs and the astrological new year happening. We're going to be getting some clarity about, okay, what's actually going to be happening here. There's many different possibilities, but we're going to be getting clarity for sure. So this is a really important time while we're still in Pisces season, you guys, while the sun is in Pisces, Venus is in Pisces. This is about focusing on the world that we want to create. Pisces is a very visual sign. Doing visualization techniques is very powerful right now. That's one of my favorite things, to be creating the type of world that I want to be living in. So let's envision and visualize the timelines and the possibilities that we do want happening over the coming years, and not focus on the ones that we don't want to happen, that may be fear-based, and the ones that may be being programmed into us from, the bad guys. You guys know what I mean. So just want to mention, we've got a really cool full moon meditation with Elena and Janine coming up on March 8th, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, and this is a live full moon singing bowl meditation. Janine is going to do a tarot reading segment. Elena is going to guide us through the meditation, and this is a Virgo full moon, so it's all about detox and purification. So definitely stay tuned for that, you guys. The registration is going to start opening very soon, so just stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing how to register in the coming days. That's going to be a super powerful full moon. So what's actually interesting about that full moon, the full moon is on March 7th, and March 7th is the exact same day that Saturn enters Pisces. So mark your calendars, you guys, or just be aware that March 7th is going to be, I think, a really high energy, intense day, because we got a full moon, which is in Virgo, and Saturn changing signs. And Saturn only changes signs every 3 years. So this may be a day that, depending on, what you've got going in your personal astrology, what your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign is, excuse me, where you've got Virgo 16 degrees in your chart, which is the sign and the degree of this full moon, you're going to notice that area being highlighted in your life, maybe something coming up on March 7th having to do with that area in your life being highlighted. But a lot of us may feel really emotionally intense that day. We may feel intense. We may feel really tired with Saturn entering the new sign and with the full moon. So just take it easy on March 7th. There's likely to be some really big kind of world events with Saturn entering a new sign as well. I believe when Saturn entered Aquarius, I think it was like March 20th or something, 2020, literally the day after or a few days after that was when the whole pandemic started. I hope it's okay for me to say that word on YouTube. And the whole world went into lockdown. So not to say that something that crazy is going to happen, but we're looking at some significant things happening around March 7th. So just, observe, don't absorb, do the self-care that you need to do. We don't want to be absorbing too much of the drama and things playing out. But yeah, just being kind of mentally prepared, emotionally prepared that that's going to be a really, really intense day. But we do have something really exciting coming up this week, which is starting on Wednesday, March 1st. We're going to be having Venus in Aries conjunct Jupiter in Aries, exactly at 12 degrees on Wednesday, March 1st. And March 1st is the day of this exact Venus conjunct Jupiter. And then for the rest of the week, we'll still be feeling that influence. And in astrology, Venus and Jupiter are the two benefic planets. And benefic meaning, excuse me, guys, my throat chakra is doing something weird. Benefic meaning the two really positive planets. Venus is the planet of divine feminine, the goddesses, love, beauty, our values, abundance. Jupiter is the planet of luck and optimism and opportunities and our belief and also abundance. So when we've got Venus and Jupiter in conjunction means they're going to be in the exact same place in the sky from our Earth's perspective. They are working together. They are bringing beautiful energy, shining beautiful energy down onto Mother Earth together. And it's going to feel good. I'm really happy about this conjunction because we've got the intensity around March 1st of Saturn and Pluto still at that anaretic degree of 29 degrees of major endings, major cleansings happening collectively with that which no longer serves. And Venus and Jupiter with this conjunction, it's extremely magical. Okay, so this is a really good day, March 1st, March 2nd, to be doing any kind of abundance work, visualization, manifestation work. It's also a great time for romance and self-love. Venus is the planet of love, and Jupiter expands the energy of whatever planet it is touching, it is in relationship with. So if you're not in a romantic relationship, show yourself some love in whatever way you feel. Or, if you are in a relationship, maybe do something romantic. This is when we have Venus conjunct Jupiter, it's considered to be one of the best possible date nights of the whole year or romantic days of the whole year. So you can check where you have Aries 12 degrees in your birth chart. And that is going to be where this Venus conjunct Jupiter in Aries 12 degrees is really blessing you and turning things on for you in your life. So it's a really positive energy. And I feel like, this is happening right on March 1st today. And this is, I think, a good omen for this month and a good omen before we get into Saturn changing signs, Pluto changing signs, our astrological new year. So yeah, when we have magical days like this, it's really good to do some spiritual practice, like I said, to utilize the energies because our intentions can really get amplified. Whatever we focus on can get really amplified. So the other main thing that we've got going on this week, you guys, that I think is most important to also note is that on Thursday, March 2nd, and the days surrounding that, we're going to be having Mercury conjunct Saturn at 29 degrees Aquarius at the same time as Pluto also in 29 degrees Capricorn. So Mercury and Saturn conjunct in the same place in the sky from our Earth's perspective in 29 degrees, and Pluto in Capricorn in 29 degrees as well. So 3 of the planets at 29 degrees. This is really solidifying. Mercury is about information, okay, and the spread of information. Saturn and Pluto have been working together at that 29 degrees, revealing and cleansing out a lot of the yucky energies on the planet right now, a lot of the things that have been kept hidden from us. And Mercury in astrology is the divine messenger. Mercury is the planet of truth and information and facts. So I'm intuitively feeling 2 main things with this conjunction around March 2nd of Mercury conjunct Saturn. Number 1, I think that we're going to be seeing more and more people on the world stage, more and more people with a lot of influence through their words, Mercury, and their platform, start to maybe come out and show kind of what side they're on in terms of freedom, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And I find it really interesting that on Saturday night, so even though Saturday night wasn't the exact time of this Mercury conjunct Saturn, it's right before that. On Saturday night, on the TV show Saturday Night Live, the actor Woody Harrelson, in his opening monologue, I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but he basically came out and talked about, what's been going on the past few years, and very eloquently and in a very creative way said that it wasn't okay. And the mainstream news, legacy news, is giving him a lot of flack for that, saying he's a conspiracy theorist. But, that's another person showing that they're on the side of freedom and freedom of speech and body autonomy. And just before starting to record this video, I saw that actress Fran Drescher, which I forget what TV show she was from. If any of you guys know, please comment below because I forget. But Fran Drescher supposedly at the SAG Awards came out as well and spoke out on how she doesn't agree with what's been going on the past few years. So part of this big shift of us getting into March and us getting into the beginning of the age of Aquarius is it's going to become cool, and it is going to eventually become the mainstream to be on the side of freedom. So we're going to start to see, I think this week particularly with this Mercury conjunct Saturn, more and more kind of known famous people, if you will, showing, hey, yeah, I'm into freedom. I'm into body autonomy. Yeah, it's been messed up what's going on the past few years, even though I didn't speak out on that in the past few years. So I think we'll be seeing that. We may be seeing some of these characters, these kind of mercurial characters, right? Artists, writers, people who are public speakers, singers, speaking out, maybe sharing stories, maybe sharing, sorry that I didn't speak out, guys. Here's information that I have. I'm going to speak out on what's going on. I have information to share on what's going on. So let's keep an eye out for that. And also with this Mercury conjunct Saturn, Mercury, planet of communication, and Saturn, the planet of responsibility and reality checks, we may be called to have some conversations with some of our loved ones around, what's been going on in the world. Not that we have to force this intense conversations, not that we have to force anybody to wake up. And you guys have, if you watch my weekly Beyond Astro forecast, you've heard me say this the past couple forecasts, that I'm feeling really called to share. Let's be open to those that may be close to us that we maybe never thought would start to wake up, if you will, starting to wake up and wanting to have these conversations with us. So just being open to that, noticing if anyone around us is trying to open that door that never tried to before, in having some conversations about what's going on. And we may have to Mercury explain a lot, communicate, Saturn, what's going on with the governments, what's going on with the power structures. There may be a lot of that coming up too. So yeah, and also I almost forgot that full moon in Virgo, March 7th, is really cool because, as a lot of you guys know, our full moons are our natural times in the 28-day moon cycle of cleansing and release. And Virgo is the sign in astrology that rules purification and cleanliness. So this is a perfect full moon to have right before the spring equinox, where around the full moon, it would be really good to maybe do some spring cleaning, make some space in your home, do a little bit of feng shui, so that when we get to that spring equinox in the next few weeks, we're open to the new energies to come into our life and a fresh new start. So I'll talk a bit more about the full moon in the next weekly astro forecast, but wanted to give you guys that heads up because it is at the end of this week. And that's all that I think I have to share with you guys for today. So once again, I am offering personal astrology consultations. And we've got that booking discount code, 10% off your next reading with the discount code BeyondMystic, and that is on MAISONJupiter.com. So you guys can check that out there if you'd like to have more of a personal reading with me. And we've also got Sophie's amazing tarot readings as well on Maison Jupiter. And we've also got a new episode of Astro Woo for the month of March with JC, Janine, and Julie. And that is an astrology and tarot reading sign by sign for the month of March for all of the different astrological signs. And the Astro Woo you can check out on BeyondMystic.net. That's always an amazing series with so much great information that they share on there. So check that out for sure. And again, guys, just remember to like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic 3's YouTube, to our Beyond Mystic 3's YouTube channel. So we really appreciate all your support. We love you guys so much. Let us know how you're feeling down in the comments. And I'm sending so much love, lots of blessings, cosmic love your way. Have an absolutely magical week, you guys, and see you next Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Bye.